Beautiful music, beautiful way to start. Music is the great communicator. It transcends the human intellect and just takes it right to you to love and enjoy and dance every chance you get. Good morning, everyone. Okay. Is there anyone here from another unity? Raise your hand if you're from another unity. And is there anyone here for the first time? If you're here for the first time, raise your hand. We have a gift for you. See, there's a lot of people coming in, and that's okay. They stopped to have that second latte. It's all right. Anyway, as you come in and you're seated, you're sitting down, you've entered a place where you are open to receive inspiration, insight into life and how to live it more effectively, beautifully, harmoniously. And you are certainly in the right place at the right time for that to happen. Look forward to this talk coming your way.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity Boulder. Welcome to those who are joining us here in-house and those of you who are joining us online. We love spending time with you every Sunday, so thank you so much for joining us. Now I'd like to welcome out a friend of ours, Wynn Stewart. She might have been one of your ushers this morning. She's going to read today's daily word and Unity's affirmation. Come on out, Wynn Stewart.
Good morning, everyone. So I gotta pull out my reading glasses. My eyes aren't what they used to be. All right, so today's reading is on friendly. This is Sunday, April 19th, 2026. I greet others with a friendly and open heart. The Bible contains many stories that encourage hospitality towards strangers. For instance, Jesus welcomed everyone into his ministry, from the hungry and the sick to strangers and social outcasts. He loved unconditionally. That same loving energy is within me. When I greet others with a friendly smile, I not only am sharing one of the great lessons of Jesus, I am expanding my world and giving myself the chance to learn and grow. If I feel hesitant meeting new people, I remember how it felt to be welcomed by friendly people when I was new to a school, a job, church, or a town. I was grateful for those people who extended themselves in friendship to me. These memories inspire me to be friendly now. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. Matthew 25, verse 35. And now, will you please join me in the Unity affirmation that's up here? Unity at Boulder is a radiating center of the Christ light within us, mighty to attract its good and to radiate good to others.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity today. This is the point in our service where it's a call for prayer. It's a moment where we can extend our higher consciousness to others to bring healing into their lives. If you have friends or family members that are facing any challenges right now, we have pieces of paper in front of you that you can write their first name down. You don't have to put the whole name. We know that the universe knows what they need before we even ask. And Lisa Temple will come down. She's from our prayer team. She'll collect those names, and then they will be prayed over for 30 days here at Unity of Boulder, and then they'll be sent to Silent Unity for a following 30 days to be prayed over. And it's okay to write your own name down also. All right, but we like to come in the presence of this room and leave the world outside these doors and just Let this be an hour of time to connect with the presence of this love we call God, Spirit, Source, whatever name helps you align with this greater mystery. You are the air I breathe. You are the air I breathe. Your holy presence living in me, and I'm grateful for you. And I'm grateful for you. So grateful for you. And so it is. All right, we're going to invite our entertainment club up to sing our opening song, and we invite you to sing with us. Come on, ladies. We're going to face our fears. I can see you want to sing it. We're going to sing it. Tom, do you want to join us? It's an easy number, and there's no wrong. That's the whole point of the entertainment club. We're just having fun. When you can't find your direction and your heart won't guide you home, let go. A little slower. And let God. When your dreams are broken in the dust and you've lost the will to trust, let go. And let God. Let the signs remind you we are passengers. Let the signs remind you to surrender, to surrender. Let go and let God. Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. Place the dying fire, and there's no spark to feed the flame. Let go and let God. When your courage fails you and the well of hope runs dry, let go and let God. Now you know it. Sing it with us. Let the signs remind you we are passengers. Let the signs remind you to surrender, to surrender. Let go and let God. Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. Let the signs remind you we are passengers. Let the signs remind you to surrender, to surrender.
And now I'd like to welcome out today's special musical guest today. We have a fresh face that has never performed here at Unity at Boulder. Her name is Gladriel Sardonicus, and she is a multi-talented artist here to perform her original healing music. She also shares with the world her intuitive healing arts through traditional indigenous healing modalities such as Native American ceremony, plant medicine, yoga, meditation, and laughter and play. You can learn more about her at her website, which is wellnesswithgladriel.com. So please welcome Gladriel Sardonicus. Welcome to our stage.
Dear sister, I am humbled by your knowledge, by your courage to show your seeking of healing, of happiness and growth. Dear brother, I am honored to know you by name. May we have gratitude from the places which we came. And may we try to understand by opening our hearts and our hands, making room to love deeply evermore. Sister, I'm here through fire and fear and the depths that we have to explore. And mother, you are held in the glow of the sun. And father, you know that we are as one, connected to the song of the moon, carried on with melodies true. May the river be a guide that carries you home. May the forest accompany you when you feel alone. May the wind be a song that sings you to sleep. May the fire keep you warm and set your soul free. May the river be a guide that carries you home. May the forest accompany you when you feel alone. May the wind be a song that sings you to sleep. May the fire keep you warm and set your soul free. May the river be a guide that carries you home. May the forest accompany you when you feel alone. May the wind be a song that sings you to sleep. May the fire keep you warm and set your soul free. May the fire keep you warm and set your soul free.
What a beautiful voice. Thank you so much. Beautiful, beautiful words, beautiful guitar playing. Good morning. Nice to have you all here. So today, my talk title has changed again. The picture is appropriate, but it's divine love is our true refuge. I just seem to be in a season of things changing. A few days before I think the sermon is set, I've got the PowerPoints, and then it's just a scramble on Saturday. It's like, no, this isn't cutting it. Yesterday, I took my daughter to take pictures of her getting ready to go to her senior prom, which is the last, vestige of this mom thing that I'm going through, and it's, my third child, and it just changed, because it's like I'm witnessing this moment that is so beloved and amazing and devastating on the other side, right? To have your last child who's thriving and great, and there's nothing to be sad about. It's all good, it's all God, and yet the mother in me feels like a part of me is going away. My shirt's undone itself, so let me fix that really quick. Okay. Just flow with it, you know what I mean? It's the universe, it's so honorable. So anyway, after seeing her standing there so beautiful with this beautiful boyfriend of hers that she's been with for 2 years, and I was thinking back on when I was, going to my senior prom. The guys were really not that into it. Us girls getting ready, really the whole thing was the fun of getting ready and getting the whole outfit on, the whole thing. And then you get the guys and they're kind of dragging along, so they're really not into going to a dance. And the girlfriends are really going to have a good time together at the experience. But when my daughter's boyfriend showed up, he was just filled with light and just so excited to go. And I thought, what a difference the children or these young people are nowadays. I just feel like they feel freer in this world, and they're more expressive, and it was just so like he was just as excited as she was. And for her to have that partnership where this big moment, senior prom, before they all graduate from high school, that she's getting to have students mirroring it in the same joy that she was experiencing. And I was just really grateful for just those small beauties that you're seeing. There's evolution happening. And it's better than it was when I was in high school. To see that these young men are they're much more freer. They're more affectionate with each other. They're less stifled by society. And I just saw it throughout. We were 30 couples taking pictures with all of them. And this was like a fluid thing that I was seeing throughout all of these young people. And they're self-expressing in a way that I feel like many of us had to come up against a lot of timidness and rules, and there's a certain way we're supposed to be, and the Christianity backgrounds, and all of these things that kept us feeling like being expressive somehow was not invited. Does anybody remember that, in your experience? Yeah. And so to watch that leaving, and this essence of this melodic, this open experience, it's I feel like most of us have spent our whole adult lives trying to let go of those limitations and those blocks. And we wish we could have just been fully expressed what we were feeling and everything that we're doing. And so there is beauty happening in this world. And I think it's that we have to look at the things that we do see a beautiful evolution happening with all of the other things going on in this world, and start recognizing those smaller things in life. And it's not even small, really. Just recognizing where there is movement in a positive way, right? There's more acceptance, and there's more just the whole, you could see that there was the stoners and there was the jocks. There was a whole group, but they were all best friends. It wasn't all separated groups, right? So that was just really cool. Anyway, the talk title is Divine Love is Our True Refuge. My social media guy will be really happy that I did this to him once again. When the Buddha was dying, he gave a final message to his beloved attendant, Ananda, and to generations to come. And he said, "Be a lamp unto yourself. Be a refuge to yourself. Take yourself to no external refuge." And what he meant by this is our ultimate refuge is none other than our own being. There's a light of awareness that shines through each of us and guides us home. We're never separated from this luminous awareness any more than waves are separated from the ocean. Even when we feel most ashamed or lonely, reactive or confused, we are never actually apart from the awakened state of our heart, mind. And so, to find this refuge within oneself, and this is kind of a continuation from my talk last Sunday, about the idea that we need to start to realize that the things we're seeking outside of ourselves are never going to come into fruition. What is sought outside has to be sought within. Looking and planting the seeds of that which we want to express in this world comes from a place of acceptance of what is tapping on the door of desire within oneself. That it's not selfish, but it's actually the universe guiding us home to that which is being called for this moment, for our future, and for the future of many generations. That if we keep hiding the very beauty that we are, when we're realizing there's something that has to leave our life that's no longer serving us, we really have to take to hand why we're not leaving these things that we know are no longer in service to us. I know that it's fear. I know that we're attached to certain incomes. Sometimes we're attached to relationships that might not be healthy, and yet it's comfortable. And at some point, if we really want to unfold into that Christ nature, we have got to start listening to this vehicle we call intuition. We are always guided and directed to that which is being born in us. So what is in us? What is it that's being called forth at this time in our lives? Meister Eckhart said, God does not ask anything else of you except that you let yourself go and let God be God in you. God does not ask anything else of you except that you let yourself go and let God be God in you, which calls us to release the tight grip of ego, control, and constant doing. And in John, it says it this way, do not labor for the food which perishes, but for the food which endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give to you, for on him has God the Father set his seal. We are guided to shift our focus from what is temporary and outward, what perishes, to what is eternal and sustaining, the divine life within us. Together, these teachings invite us to stop exhausting ourselves chasing validation, outcomes, and external scarcity, and instead cultivate an inner nourishment, a living awareness of spirit expressing as us. So the question right here is, where am I still striving for what fades, and where can I soften? Where am I still striving for what fades, and where can I soften? Right? Because, where am I striving for what fades? For me, right now, what's fading is my role as a mom with kids in the house. And it's painful. And it calls for an inner introspection and grief, right? If I avoid that normal part of the tethering of this moment of letting that channel go further, to go to college, to go do the things that she's going to do and do it abundantly, can I allow that just to be free and flowing and realize nothing is lost? Nothing's ever taken from us. From the second we birthed these children, we held them, was every day we were slowly letting them go till they leave. And it's part of life. This past week has been, and this is an astrology moment for us to understand the energy, because that's why I had to change it, because I have to recognize some energy I've come up to and as this week. And it's an interesting energy we had. So this last week, it was shaped by the new moon in Aries, which brings a strong reset around identity, action, and the sense of I am. Aries energy is direct, fast-moving, and highly self-oriented. So when a new moon lands here, it amplifies the need to assert oneself, be seen, and take initiative. In its balanced form, this can look like courage, clarity, and leadership. But when it's less integrated, it tends to surface as impatience, reactivity, and ego friction. Because this energy moves faster than our ability to process it. People often react before reflecting, which can make interactions feel sharper or personal than they usually are. Who had an interaction with somebody where you felt that reactive energy? Yeah, I had a few. And who saw them reacting that way to someone else? Yeah, so that Aries energy is no joke, right? My husband's an Aries, and actually his birthday was on Friday, so he was extra snippy this week. And luckily, you know, I know these things. And I'm a Libra, so I'm the opposite, so I'm trying to balance out this, like, you know, energy. And the new moon was actually on his birthday on Friday, so he was extra, you know, he was fun, and he was just a little extra mouthy, okay? I'm saying this in the best of terms I can. So the increase in ego interactions, whether you've been receiving it from others or noticing it in yourself, comes from a heightened sensitivity around identity and respect. People are often unconsciously asking, do I matter here? Am I being heard? At the same time, there's a tension between independence and connection, where individuals feel the urge to stand firmly in themselves, but still want harmony with others. So it's a good thing, because it's giving us the courage, probably, to stand up for things that we might have not been standing up for. It's when we take it over the edge and we're, you know, harsh in our responses to things. It's always that fine balance when we're finding there's something we need to speak up for, but can we do it with harmony in our voice? Right? You know, and some of us that really don't hold boundaries will tend to just not respond, but then when we do respond, we just yell it. Because we're not comfortable with saying what we need. We haven't practiced it enough, right? So in finding yourself in transition, Robert Brummel says this: we may be challenged to draw upon our deepest resources during times of transition. Difficult as this time may be, it can be an enormous, powerful period, a time of opening to new freedom and empowerment, a time of deep healing, a time of transformation. To gain the full benefit of this time, it is necessary to appreciate the need for this phase of our life experience, to see it within the context of a larger vision that sees beyond the limitations of the former self. Right? So when we see ourselves in these challenges and we're having these reactions, a lot of the time is needing to recognize that this is moving us through old patterns, moving us through the ways we used to respond to things. See, that's how we finally listen to that inner intuition I was talking about earlier, is to be able to be so finely tuned by being in the silence enough and having that meditative walk where we are really experiencing what we are truly feeling. Not from memories, not from all the stories we use to kind of keep ourselves distracted, but actually attuning into our feelings. Right? And so being with one's feelings means we get to feel all of it. And when we allow ourselves to feel all of it, we get to then move on into the new threshold. But if we live in a state where we're constantly keeping ourselves distracted from what is, then we kind of keep ourselves just kind of chasing our tail and staying and experiencing the same thing, different person, different. It's like the lesson isn't being learned yet, right? To be able to let go of the old self is to grieve, recognize, and see where this old self has a voice still that's creating the same experiences over and over again. We know when we've crossed that threshold because all of a sudden there's this sense of not knowing what's next, but you know it's gone. And that's also, it's a place to be, and that's also a place to be and not to go rushing forward. So this is a real, this is kind of in that presence process that Buddhism talks about. To being a refuge unto oneself is to have to listen deeply to yourself. So there's a powerful story from the Buddha's awakening, one that speaks just clearly to us today as it did thousands of years ago. Siddhartha Gautama, there's a weird light on my pages and I'm having a hard time reading it. Is there like something we can do like to tone it? I'm like having a hard time reading my script today. Yeah, that's better. Thank you so much, appreciate it. So Siddhartha Gautama sat beneath the Bodhi tree with a single intention, to awaken no matter what arose. To awaken no matter what arose. He quieted his mind, gathered his attention, and came fully into the present moment. But then came Mara. Mara, the tempter, the voice of delusion, the embodiment of fear, desire, and doubt. Not an external enemy, but the shadow within him. And isn't that where we meet Mara too? Not as some distant force, but as the voice that whispers, "You are not enough. You should be further along. Something is wrong with you. The world is too much right now." Right? It's that when we get into that silence, when we're like, we want to awaken. We are ready to step into our divine life and into our divine unfoldment. And then we get into that silence, and the doubt and the fear and all of the affirmations that are negative and beneath our higher consciousness is just there yelling at us. Listen to me instead of your developed soul that you came in with and as. Because it's the world that's talked you into all of these limitations and all these walls we've put up. It's the world that's cut us, that we've kept putting on more and more Band-Aids to keep ourselves from feeling the hurts, but we've also kept ourselves from feeling the good. Because we're protecting ourselves from the unfoldment of this beautiful life, because the cuts are part of the teachings. That's how we learn. It breaks us down so we can find deeper and more knowing of our resilience, of our kindness, of our goodness, of our love, and letting those be the things that we bring forward when we're facing the things that are coming up against us. So, have you ever sat in stillness only to feel your mind become loud? Right? Have you ever tried to grow spiritually only to feel more challenged instead of better? Yeah. Because usually, right, when we're really stepping into our meditation practice, walking in nature, those fragmented aspects of ourselves, they draw loose. They kind of come into our experience. And Charles Fillmore, our co-founder, talks about the process when we really face something that was broken in us. We'll almost sometimes have a physical experience, and they call it chemicalization. So when we really see that we let a very bad energy into our life, like a partner or something that we finally got away from, but we realize that it was us that allowed it to be in our life, so we can't blame. So when we take that full responsibility for what we cultivated and created in our life, we'll go into this chemicalization, and sometimes it will look like pain in your shoulders, pain in your feet, in your lower back. Sometimes it looks like dizziness, right? Because the spiritual revelation is there now, but the body's still holding on to the past, and they have to join. Has anybody ever experienced that, where you just had a revelation of what was holding you tethered from your good, and now you kind of felt like really unsteady in your body, you're kicking, you stub your toes, you know what I mean? You're just off balance. And that's a really good sign. It really is. If you keep moving forward, right? You've recognized what the tether is, and now you have to keep moving forward and cutting that tether, cutting it, and letting what else is revealed to help you understand what is the teacher in this moment. So, it's not a failure to have this loud Mara appear when we go into the silence. That is the path. That's part of the path. That's the voice of the shadow within ourselves that we'll kind of keep hold of that old comfy shoe, even though it's not good for us, because it's a pattern and we're used to it, versus letting go of the old comfy shoe and walking into the mystery. And the mystery is what's being called. It's the not knowing, and then eventually knowing, right? There's a knowing that when visited transforms the intellectual mind, and you will be changed by its revelation of it. There's a knowing that when it's visited transforms the intellectual mind, and you'll be changed by its revelation of it. When have you experienced a moment of a knowing beyond anything you understood in this physical experience? Does anybody have a quick answer to that? Kelly? When your dog passed away, did you feel the sense of the soul still around you? Yep. That's a really good example of it, because that's such even though I can see you're emotional, because it's such a beautiful bond, and because it's a wordless bond. They don't talk, so we've already known their essence so much we can feel it beyond the physical. Does anybody else have an example of a knowing that transformed your intellectual mind? Yeah, so messages that come through that she knows is not from the mind. It's just a knowing. Yeah. It has a different sense in the body. Clarity that comes through from the Spirit, exactly. And we wish we would get them a lot. And the more we're in our practice and doing our affirmations and visualizing purity in body, mind, and spirit, and the more we get into the presence of the soul connection and getting out of so much of the human world, the physicality of the world, and connecting with a part of us that never dies, that's had many, many lifetimes. That soul has traveled with us so many times. This physical thing is part of the world. And what we're talking about right here is the spiritual world that never leaves us. So, what if the things we resist the most are the very things waiting to be transformed? What if our anxiety, our grief, our anger are not enemies, but energies asking to be met with presence? And then came the final test, doubt. This is for Buddha. Mara asked, "Who do you think you are? What proof do you have that you are worthy, that you are awakened?" And this is that moment, right? We'll experience that with friends, too. If we're really on a spiritual path and all of a sudden we're having a knowing and a revelation, and we run too quickly to someone else to talk about this revelation, if they're not in a consciousness to hear it, they're going to start to put it down and question you, right? That's what Mara's doing to Siddhartha here. Because people that are not on a spiritual path, they're comfortable with you where you are right now. They like who you are right now. And so when all of a sudden you're heightening consciousness and you're having this divine revelation, you're taking to task what you're harboring, holding about your limitations, and all of a sudden you're looking happy. You're looking lighter. You're looking excited. You're looking alive. And you give this divine revelation that you've had. If they're not ready to look at their own growing, they're going to want to hold on to your ankles and keep you the way you used to be. Parents will do it. Friends will do it. Working, partners. So one of the things when I teach classes is when I say when you have these divine revelations, that's why we're in community together, in spiritual community, so we can talk to each other in our language where we support it. We mirror it. We get to have friends where we talk into the esoteric of crazy if we want to, and everybody's like, yeah, hell yeah. here at Unity, right? It's so important to have that companionship, to be companioning each other home to the spirit of love in whatever form or name you call it, right? So when you have these divine revelations, keep it between you and God. In the Bible, it says to pray in silence. It's not a show for others. It's for you to break the chains of bondage in your own life and let your revelation in your actions and your doing transform them. They will emulate what you've become if they're ready, right? So do you hear that? Like it's not that you're leaving them out, but we have to really get a grounding in our revelation and in this knowing that it's taken such deep hold that we all are here to help one another. We are all walking each other home. And know your audience, right? We're not judging here. We're merely observing, right? So sometimes it's just emulating this love that can draw somebody back to the love of their self so that they can also be a channel of this beauty. So what if the thing we resist the most are the very things waiting to be transformed? What if our anxiety, our grief, our anger are not enemies, but energies asking to be met with presence? So instead of trying to squelch it, oh, these are uncomfortable feelings, I don't like these feelings, what we can tend to do is, oh, I'm going to go for a run, or somebody might go to drinking. Somebody might go to the running to a relationship, or something that's trying to push it down. Get it out of me. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to feel it. But you don't realize when you're not getting into the presence of it and letting it bubble up into what it's supposed to be. It might just be crying. It might be deep crying. It might be anger. It might be denial. It might be bargaining. I'm giving you all of the stages of grief here, and then eventually there's acceptance. But you might go through all those for a while till you finally unfold into acceptance, right? And so then came the final test. Mara asked, who do you think you are? What proof do you have that you are worthy, that you are awakened? Now this is where it gets real, because this is the question so many of us carry. Who am I to shine? Who am I to trust my inner voice? Who am I to believe I belong? Who am I to believe that I belong? And Brené Brown defines true belonging as the spiritual practice of believing in and belonging to yourself so deeply that you can share your authentic self with the world, even when it requires standing alone. It's not about fitting in or changing who you are to be accepted, but about bringing your true, imperfect self to the world. And there's something so perfect about the imperfect. Because sometimes we're just so self-critical that we don't realize that every aspect of us is God. Every aspect of us is love. The silly version of me, even the upset version of me, all of those things have a life. And they're allowed as long as they're not hurting others. But so many of us are just always so kind and so friendly, and we're doing all these things, and it's good to be friendly and it's good to be beautiful, but it's also really good to be an authentic self and not to be afraid to let your light shine within yourself. And getting rid of that critical voice and starting to speak and affirm all the beauty that you actually know and all the things you've overcome in the most beautiful ways, and you still are willing to love and you're still willing to step in. And then maybe it's even bigger than that. Now you're really just ready to step and leave things that are really comfortable and go to that which is being called and has been calling you probably 10 or 20 years, and you just weren't willing to listen because you're too afraid to jump off that cliff. And watch how grace and spirit is the safety net, is the divine guidance, is the divine order in action. In The Eye of the Storm by Gary Simmons, he writes, God needs you to be who you really are, because who you are is what makes you real. Your likes and dislikes, your needs and desires, your hopes and dreams all play into how God effectively works through you to be a presence in your life and in the lives of those you touch. So authentically you. Who feels that they're walking through life so authentically yourself? Good for you. That's like 4 hands. What are we afraid of if we were so authentically ourselves? Let's call it out. What are you freaking out about? Being left out? Okay. Being kept out. Being judged? Not being what? Not being accepted for who you are. Tom? Right. Being extraordinary. Because that being authentic self, you'd look like a show-off, right? Nobody wants to look like they're happy. Oh, God. What would we do? I have a neighbor still, but when she moved in like 11 years ago, she's one of those people that literally smiles all the time. You see her walking her dog. You see her doing this. I took dance classes with her. I hope she doesn't watch this. She doesn't watch my sermons, I hope. She'll know who she is. She's always smiling. And one day she was walking with her dog, and I had a friend over, and we're just having like whatever. I'm like, look at this lady. She literally smiles all the time. And my friend goes, I don't trust her. I was like, weird, because I don't either. Weird, I don't trust that. And I wanted to find where's the crack in that smile. And I've been at like gatherings in our neighborhood, because we have a small neighborhood and we get together a couple times a year. And she's literally that happy. I tried to find where this was broken. And man, what a visual. And I use that visual because I think of her and how gentle and kind and sweet and there for absolutely everyone. I mean, I guess she could hear this. This is all good. I just hate that I was being critical and judging her. I was going like, how could you be this happy? Who the hell do you think you are? But she's a meditating person. She's an exercising person. She's a spirit guide. She's all sorts of things that she does in this world. A lot of my neighbors are involved in all sorts of spiritual work. I feel very guided to the place I'm in. So God needs you to be who you really are. I mean, not if you're a total bummer. I mean, if you're going to bring everybody down energetically, then you got work to do, right? Try to bring the best foot forward out. Bring the best authentic self out, right? So Gautama did something extraordinary. If Mara was like, who do you think you are, right? He did not argue. He did not defend himself. He did not try to prove his worth. He simply reached down and touched the earth. He called on something deeper than thought, something ancient, embodied, and true. And the earth responded, I bear you witness. The earth responded. Mother Earth responded, I bear you witness. In this moment, he remembered his belonging, not as an idea, but as a lived, embodied truth. And he awakened. So what does this mean for us here today in a world that often feels overwhelming? Because let's be honest, we are living in a time of our own Mara. A world in turmoil, economic uncertainty, emotional exhaustion, a constant stream of noise pulling our attention outward. And within us, old wounds rising, fear surfacing, and doubt getting louder. Have you noticed that when the world feels chaotic, your inner world can feel just as unsettled? So I wanted to take you on an exercise. Earlier in the service, we sang that Olivia Newton-John number called Let Go and Let God. And then you saw the PowerPoints come up that says Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. And Nam, from Sanskrit meaning to devote or dedicate one's life. Myoho, the mystic law representing the true essence of life, unfathomable true entity and its manifestation, law. Renge represents the lotus flower, symbolizing the simultaneity of cause and effect, that one can achieve enlightenment with their current imperfect life, the mud, because you know the lotus flower grows out of the mud. It's a great visual, right? And then Kyo is sutra, sound, or teaching. Nam-myoho Renge Kyo is the central mantra or chant in the Nichiren Buddhism, founded in Japan in 1253. It represents devotion to the mystic law of the Lotus Flower Sutra and is chanted to access inherent Buddha nature, transform suffering, and overcome life's obstacles, often referred to as a roar of the lion. So if you see it as this mantra of the roar of the lion, how you work with it, and you can chant it, obviously, how we did it in that song, but Buddhists will sit in front of their Buddha or in front of an altar of some kind, and they will bring to mind the challenge that they're having a hard time overcoming, like having the faith or the bravery to make the change needed. So they bring it up, like your job. You want to leave this job, but you also want to know that you're going to land somewhere well. And so you just see the job in your mind's eye, and you just Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. It's the roar of the lion. It's pulling the spiritual life towards this obstacle and working it until you can feel it dissipate and it has no charge in your body. And you can take that with anything. You can take it with an old relationship that you're having a hard time getting over. You can bring up the thought of something that it's usually a challenge, and you're saying Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. And I've used this a lot. Sometimes I just use it on a walk whenever something comes up and I can kind of feel that charge, that feeling of powerlessness and knowing you got to do something about it, but all you just want to do is hide in your house and not have to face it. And you just start to chant it, and I'll sing it when I'm doing it, and you literally feel that the affirmation takes hold in you and it dissipates. It's not as big of a mountain as it felt like. Right? So I'm going to take you into meditation so we can kind of embody what I've shared here today. We're running a tiny bit late, and then we'll go into the offering. So just get some music on and get your feet flat on the floor and get comfortable in your seats. Those pews aren't great for meditating if you sit up on your sit bones and don't lean on it. It's like sit here and like that. Or you can put your feet up on the floor. So I want to invite you now to gently close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath in and release. And again, breathe in and let go. Allow your body to settle, your shoulders soften, and your face relax. Now imagine yourself sitting beneath a great tree, the Bodhi tree, the tree of awakening. Feel the breath, feel the love beneath you, steady, ancient, holding you without effort. You are safe here. You are supported here. Like the Buddha, you have come to this place not to strive, not to fix, but simply to be. Take a moment and feel your breath in and out. Nothing to change, nothing to force. And as you sit here, you may notice thoughts begin to rise. Distractions, worries, memories, voices that question. This is your Mara. But instead of pushing anything away, simply notice and gently say within yourself, I am here. I am present. Let everything come and let everything go, like clouds passing through a vast sky. And now begin to let go. Let go of your roles. your responsibilities, your identity. Let go of the story of who you think you are, just for this moment. Nothing to hold on to, nothing to defend. When everything falls away, what is still here? There is a presence, a quiet knowing, a sense of being whole and complete. You may not have words for it, but you can feel it. This is your true nature. Now, like the Buddha, gently bring your awareness to the earth beneath you, and in your mind, touch the ground. And hear these words rising from deep within. You belong. I bear witness to you. Let that truth move through you. You do not need to become anything more. You are already enough. Now, from the stillness, notice a light within you, soft, steady, alive. Not something you created, but something you are. Let it gently expand, filling your heart, your body, your awareness, and silently affirm again, I am here. I belong. I am whole. And begin to now return to the room, bringing awareness back to your breath, back to your body, carrying the stillness with you, this knowing that beneath all the noise of life, there's always this place, this crown, this presence, this truth. And when you are ready, gently open your eyes and return. We'll take an offering for unity now.
Just another inspiring talk to take down deep inside and bring forth in our living expression. We are so blessed to be able to share in these truths. And now we have an opportunity to give back, so we can bring our offerings into our hands and we can bless them with this offering prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, because I give. And so it is. And we have our guest sharing some more music. I don't remember her name. Come on out.
It's Galadriel.
Okay. Adria. All right, Sardonicus.
This song is called Birds.
So these days are asking for stories to be told, to be sung through the lips of the young and the old. I wanna sit across from you, tell you my dreams and confess my truth. For there's no better canvas than this one right here. nowhere. Time in this circle is endless, my friend. United for love in whatever way we feel, finding self-preservation and connection that's real. And I ask you, my darling, won't you listen to my words? May we cut these chains and fly like birds. No change may come inevitably. May we all grow wings, finding freedom peacefully. My darling dear, I hold you near to sing you this song I am seeing so clear. That we are born to make a choice, to stand up and rise up. We are using our voice. That we are born to make a choice, to stand up, rise up. We are using our voice. United for love in whatever way we feel, finding self-preservation and connection that's real. And I ask you, my darling, won't you listen to my words? May we cut these chains and fly like birds. And I ask you, my darling, won't you listen to my words? May we cut these chains and fly like birds.
Thank you. I hope we all fly.
Beautiful singing. Thank you so much for sharing your gorgeous music with us. This is my son Tyler, and he has an announcement.
Hello, I'm Tyler. I am the head of our open source group. It's ages 18 to 25, so we meet in the conference room. If anyone would like to join us today, feel free. We will be there at 12:30 to 1:30. So.
What is 18 to 25, and the conference room is where?
It's in the bookstore, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks,
So
Ty.
cool.
All right. And then I hold the open heart discussion group right after the service in a circle back here, and I have a wonderful activity for us to do around what our Bodhi tree is. And we're going to be discussing that today, so you can come and join us over here in about 5 minutes. But let's first close with Let There Be Peace on Earth. And since we ran late, we can't do the next song, so I got to get to my next thing. All right, here we go. Let's all stand up and sing.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we.
singing. So it is. We also have prayer partners available to you if you're facing a challenge. Just stay seated in the seat as everybody leaves, and they will come and find you and pray with you. And we have refreshments in the fellowship hall over here. Grab some and then come meet us in the group right after the service.